2022 FIFA World Cup has gotten off to a pretty controversial start, not least due to anything that's actually been happening on the field, but rather, of course, due to the various issues that have been taking place off it. It's well known that Qatar's human rights record, and of course, the fact that there's been a lot of death of migrant workers who were called in to build the stadiums for the FIFA World Cup, has led to a lot of controversy just ahead of the World Cup before it could even properly get underway. There's also the fact that things like LGBTQIA plus fans safety, as well as the fact that there was a ban on alcohol sales across stadiums before the World Cup, means that there's plenty of controversies that one can talk about off the field. However, there was one great moment of solidarity, and one that actually speaks to a sense of pride that came about during, or rather before the match, or before the match between England and Iran. Now, the Iran national team players actually refused to sing their national anthem. Now, the reason it's being speculated that this was done was that the fact is a show of solidarity for all of the protests that were taking place back home. Now, you'd remember that Iran has been in the midst of a lot of protests that has been, in fact, it's been well documented that, there's been 2 months worth of protests that has actually led to a lot of even deaths taking place in the country. It was, of course, down to the morality police controversies that required that, women at all time keep their head covered with the burqa or the hijab. Now, there was a woman who had passed away in the moral police custody because she was actually beaten that badly. That has led to a lot of, protests in Iran, and the protests have been going on for a long, long time. So the Iran football team actually came out and did this as a show of support. And in fact, to make things actually, to bring it even more solidarity to this particular moment, it's worth noting that the Iran fans who were at the stadium also loudly booed their own national anthem. And, although I must say that you can take that part with a bit of salt, because it could very well be that the other fans were also booing, because again, it is worth remembering that relations between Qatar and Iran are in fact not the best. Now, it is actually a great moment if you're looking at it in terms of, the Iran players, in terms of showing a show of solidarity for the people and the women who have been protesting a massive issue that has actually impacted their lives, and to show their support for that. This has in fact it's something that does in fact have the propensity to go not just viral, but also shine more light on the protests and why it is that they are in fact happening, and why it is that they are still ongoing. Suburb guy, highly disagree with you. I'm just leaving it at that. But anyhow, I think this is going to be something that does actually bring about, or look to bring about, some sort of a positive change, and that's a good thing, considering this really has been a World Cup where there hasn't been too much positive to talk about in terms of the build up, in terms of whether it be the human rights issues, LGBTQIA plus rights, right to freedom of expression, which is of course not exactly something that the state of Qatar is very well known for. So there's been plenty of controversies. This, however, could be that one shining light amid all the darkness that has so far been the World Cup in Qatar. Thank you all once again for joining us for this particular video. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and don't forget to download the AajTak app and show the guys at the website your love as well. Go to the website, you can check it out in both English and Hindi depending on your language of preference. Thank you all once again for joining us. Do stay tuned with us. We'll be coming to you live even after the match ends. But for now, goodbye.